forgot that I was making a video because work has been crazy and like home has been pretty wild. I'm watching Jess Owens and the bookshelf reveal. That's what I'm watching. Haven't read anything. Well, Angels in the Dark, and I need to do a review on that. And this is the little baby. He was sleeping. I love this little guy. He's so cute. He just had a bath. He's so fluffy. He's living his best life. He's sleeping on my heating bed actually. So cozy and snug. Today is just gonna be more reading and TikToks, and I'm probably gonna go to a bookstore to drop off some books. I have to pick out which books I'm dropping off though, because of their like referral / exchange program. Yeah. Hey, good morning. It is the next day, and I am sick. You know how like you go to sleep and you're like, I'll either wake up feeling 100% or I'll wake up feeling like 5%. I woke up feeling 5%. So much so that this little dude is like, I will join you. I can keep you company all day. So I had to go into work. That's so fun. I have to like wash all my stuff, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna read books again all day today. So me and my Kindle again will not be separated. And I'll come in and give you guys update. Update number 1. I film on my phone, and this is what I see when I go back to edit videos that he's in. So this is what you guys get to see. He's so pretty. Okay, hi, hello. That is so bright. If you hear someone sleeping in the background, that's because someone is sleeping. I'm so sorry. Hi, buddy. My dog is here to comfort me a little bit. So I don't remember the last thing I filmed in this vlog. I should probably double check. But basically, I wanted to do like a reading Christmas holiday books type of vlog, and then I got so... Thank you, dog. I was so excited to film and talk about all the books that I was reading, but then last Wednesday, it's been a week, a full 7 days, that was so gross. I got so sick, like sick. Like I haven't been sick like this in like probably 2 years, like since I had COVID type of sick. It was horrible. And so I was out of commission. I had to call into work 2 days, and then I was like, I'm feeling better, I can go back to work. No, left home early 2 days. Today was my first day back working a full shift, and I was like, I'm about to call it in, guys. That's fun. I haven't wanted to film anything. I've just been in TikTok comments, really. I was mentioned in a couple of videos. That makes me feel so good. I loved opening those to smile, but you can still kind of hear it, like congested, horribly so. I've been basically tied to my Kindle for 7 days. I've been tied to my Kindle reading books. I'm a slow reader, and I annotate so that, you know, add some time onto it. And I've read 8 books so far, and I have like a stack over here that you cannot see. It's out of frame. See that little stack down there, and I have another stack of books behind me that are my HarperCollins books that I've kind of like pulled out so I don't like review any. Well, not really like don't review any, like I'm waiting until terms have been reached for the HarperCollins union strike so that I can read and post all of my reviews for that. But in the meantime, I have been diving into indie authors, into smaller authors who are like trade pub but still kind of like indie, you know what I mean. So I talked a little bit about All I Need for Christmas by ML Sexton. Phenomenal. Also currently the Cozy AF, the Black Cozy AF book thing, like the Stuff Your Kindle, Stuff Your Kobo, is happening. I've gotten 2 books from that, which I'm also going to read those. I'm so excited. And ML Sexton, who is Moniqua on TikTok, I think it's Read with Moniqua on TikTok and YouTube, she worked with a bunch of indie authors to do the Black AF Kindle thing. I can't remember what it's called. It's like Stuff Your Kindle, Stuff Your Kobo, and it was like a bunch of Black indie authors, and some of them who are trade pub but all of their ebooks and audiobooks were free or like 99 cents for a weekend, and they're doing that again with like Cozy AF books. And I have the list pulled up and I just go through and I read them and I download them. But anyways, her book All I Need for Christmas is on there, and it's phenomenal. I love it. I actually need to post a TikTok about it, which I think I'll do that tomorrow. Like, I should make a note. Yeah, so I'm gonna post about that. And then I did listen to Angels in the Dark, the audiobook. Phenomenal, chef's kiss. I need the physical book so I can reread and annotate for book 2, and I put up a book review a couple days ago, which the author responded to, and I did not mean to make her cry at all, but I want to save that video because there are very small things that happen as a book talker, especially like a super teeny tiny creator, and they just like make your entire like book talk experience. And every time I post a positive review about an author and like they respond, that just like wells inside of me. I'm like, oh, I made somebody's day. And say Shannon Elliott, and I'll put her tags like down below in the like people I talked about section of this video, because I feel like I'm going to talk about a lot of indie authors. I also have to remember to invert this entire video. I don't want to do that. The next book I read was Christmas on the 13th Floor. This is by I think it's like Ijukwat. It's the Holly Knights series novella, and this is actually book 1, and it was 4 stars. It was amazing. I think it was like 118 pages, but I read it, I annotated it. I want a physical copy so bad. Like, I want a physical copy so bad because I was cackling during this book. I was like on the floor laughing. My friend was like, what are you reading? It's like Christmas. It's just, it is Grumpy Sunshine. And in my personal opinion, like, okay, to be fair, I've never read The Hating Game, and I am so close to DNFing Twisted Love. But in my opinion, Christmas on the 13th Floor is those books, but better. It's it's like not even Workplace Rivals. Workplace Grumpy Sunshine, I Hate Everyone But Her, control freak guy who's like, it'd be so funny if I just had this like crush. He's not mean to her, he's just like picking on her. Not like the Spanish Love Deception, like, honestly, I'm gonna tease her because it's so funny, not I'm going to ignore her because I like her, that type of thing. She balances like comedy and spice so well. And then I read Santa's Candy Cane, which I haven't rated this yet. It's only 28 pages. I think I'm just gonna give it a 5-star. It was hilarious. It's 28 pages of absolute shenanigans and like, it's so. These two that I'm talking about, I actually read them the same day, but I read this one. This was like the second book that I finished the day. The first book that I finished in the day was Mistletoe, a Mead Realm tale, which I haven't rated this. This is 60 pages. And I think this is a 4-star read for me because it was so funny, but it wasn't like romance. It's like a winter. It takes place in like a snow mountain. Our main character has to go like apologize to this like fox spirit that cursed her dad. And the curse is so funny because he's a blacksmith, and so he stole this ore. And basically the curse is that everything he makes now becomes like sentient and it talks. So you have these battle axes and like these shields just making like sex jokes and like commenting on your life. And he's like, this is so annoying. And his business like tanks because of it. And she has to like go and apologize. And I'm explaining this horribly, but basically she has to go and apologize. And he's like, I know what like would fix this. And they have to fake date. It's so funny. So yeah, I read Mistletoe and then I read Santa's Candy Cane in a day. I read those two in a day, which isn't surprising because they're both like together. They're like 88 pages. But I'm a slow reader. And then for some reason Storygraph is like logging my books backwards, so I need to remember how I read this. Is it? I don't know. Anyways, the next 2 books that I read, I decided that after a full year I was going to travel back to Nat Hoff and read Ice Planet Holiday by Ruby Dixon. Was a spoiler. I need to remember to edit that out. A 5-star book, which I went to go look for the epilogue to this novella, and I don't think the author has it. I'm about to comment on her thing and be like, hey, I just finished this and it says that there's an epilogue and I have to sign up through Patreon. Can I still do that? I don't know. Anyways, but it's called The Naughty List by Ella McGregor, and it came out in 2020. I think she has another book, but this one is so funny. It's, again, like Santa, but not Nicholas, it's Nikolai. So it's like Santa's brother stepped down and he has the role of Santa now. Also, I love the fact that I got you get an epilogue and it's a year later and you're like, a year later? What happened? My thing with novellas is that they're so short and the author makes you fall in love with these characters in such a short amount of time, like 50, 60, 120, 130 pages, and you're like, give me more, give me a full-length book like Santa's Candy Cane and The Naughty List. I would read a full book about that. There does not need to be a full book about that, but I would read it. The very last book that I have read thus far in the month of December is the only physical one, and that is In the Event of Love. I was so sick, I could not hold this book up. I had to get the audiobook from the library. I purchased this book to read it, and then I was like, okay, I can't sit up to hold the book up. That's how ill I was. I really wanted to give this a 3-star. I love it so much. I love the premise, I love the idea, I love the fact that it's a sapphic holiday romance. I think it's a 2-star because unfortunately, the middle, the beginning and middle were so good, so strong. The beginning was depressing. That's how these Hallmark holiday movies and books start. It's really great premise, really good idea, and then boom, shit hits the fan. The middle was so good, it was so strong. However, I don't think that it was wasn't storyboarded enough to kind of smooth, because you were hearing about all of these traditions and stuff. So I switched to an audiobook, so you were basically listening about all of these traditions and all of this history. She asked what this town, and then something would happen, and you'd be like, oh, it's that thing we always do, and you're like, what thing? This has never been brought up before. Her relationship with her dad, that was so weird, and it was so weird. It's mine. It's a 2-star, and it's mine. I want to give it a 2.5. Maybe for the spice. The spice saved it a little bit, so. I was trying to read. Little dude. Reading update coming soon. Hey, so that update, it's here. It's 4:21 in the morning. I have not gone to bed yet. I got off of work at 10:45. Came home and I started logging my library with my friend over FaceTime in a spreadsheet, and I'll link the spreadsheet down below, where to buy it, to keep track of your library. I did 3 shelves. It took me from probably 11 to 4 to do 3 shelves because I have so many freaking books. I finished Santa Baby on my lunch break. I read and finished Santa Baby. Oh, that's a 2-star book. I didn't want to DNF it because it was so short, even though I DNF books all the time. It's an age gap. It's between a younger woman and an older man. She's 21. I'm assuming he's 45 or something. He's in his 40s. And he owns the bar that she works at. And it's Christmas Eve, and she's like, man, I really like him, and I don't think I can not tell him that I like him, so I should tell him and get prepared to be kicked out of where I live, because he's also her landlord, so she cannot get away from this man. It's dual POV. You do get his point of view. Really like that. He also, feelings are reciprocated, but it was the type of age gap where it's oh, I'm so old and elderly and my bones crack and she's so young and sprightly and innocent and pure. Don't know why. It just feels so weird for me personally to read about. Especially the way that they like talked to each other and the way that she acts like in spicy situations or like leading up to spicy situations, unable to communicate, being very, very like shy and meek and small. And I don't like it when female characters are written like that. It feels childish, and there's a way to do an age gap and not have it be so childish. I was so afraid that the daddy kink would come up and I would just have to quit. Just goodbye. Thank God it didn't happen. It was just like funny Santa puns. But no. No. And the epilogue put an even worse taste in my mouth because it was only a year later, which means this character is only 1 year older. And like, so I read quite a few holiday romances, and these are all of the books I would like to finish this year, but I doubt I'm going to finish it. So yeah, I'm gonna read these. I'm gonna put them by my bed. It's up in the morning. I can literally just grab some coffee or tea, set up my camera, set up my music, set up a candle because Yule has officially started, and I burn a candle throughout Yule. So this year it's Jolly Juniper. It's got juniper, cedar, and pine. Last year I burned this candle all throughout Yule, which was, it's like 3 in 1, and I got it as a gift. And it's cozy fireside, creamy brown sugar, and roasting chestnuts. I don't think I'm gonna like roasting chestnuts at all. I also feel like I should just like melt the candle because it's doing that weird. I'll take a stab at all 3 of these books. Don't know which ones I'm going to annotate or not. Honestly, let's just take the pressure off and take the tabs out. And then I don't have any expectations. So, yeah, thanks for sticking around. Hello, it's like 2 days later. I need to do my hair. It's 2 days before Christmas, by the way. And so I need to do my hair, and I'm going to listen to an audiobook and quite possibly update you guys on what I have been reading. Which I don't think I've finished a book since that I finished Santa Baby. What else did I read? But let me go take care of these curls, and then we'll talk about the books that I have been reading, the books that I'm currently reading, and the books that I want to finish before the end of the year. It is now 2 days after Christmas. I'm so bad at this. Okay, it's 2 days after Christmas. Happy holidays if you celebrate. If you don't, I hope you had a fantastic weekend. Yeah. Happy New Year. That escalated so quickly. This is probably the worst vlog I'm ever gonna do, and I apologize for that. I'm so sorry. I don't know what's happening up here, but we're gonna ignore that. I think I'm just gonna close this vlog out here. I don't know if I'm gonna post it. I don't know if this will ever see the light of day. But oh god, do I have like ideas to be better at vlogging and documenting? Yes, I do. I have nothing else to say. I started like 2 other books. Didn't finish any of the physical ones I said I was going to finish. I'm just gonna do better. Catch me in my December reading wrap up.